The radio stations of DoorCountyDailyNews.com. Where are we today? There are antlers hanging everywhere. And get a load of this. We got fish over here. We must be at Smiley Ridge Taxidermy. Dave Rady, the host of Deer Hunters Roundup, is back with us. This is your laboratory. You're like the mad scientist.
This is my mad scientist heyday. I love it.
Well, please tell us. I would love
with the gloves and everything.
This is you're dressed the part today.
Yep.
So I mean, we're talking from the very beginning.
Yep.
To the very end, almost.
Yep. I just got to get painted. Yep.
How does it start? What do you do first?
Got to skin them out.
Okay.
They got to come off the bone, just like that one up on the table up there. And then they go from there, and then the hide gets fleshed, and it goes into the pickle.
In the pickle.
In the pickle.
What goes in the pickle?
The hide does.
Okay, and that's what you have in these buckets here.
That's all my pickles, yeah.
Okay, you've always said it goes in the pickle, and I've always wondered what the heck you're talking about.
This is what happens to make the hide ready for the...
No way.
It gets ready for the can. So it gets...
Aren't you the one that's always yelling at us to keep our deer out of the rain and the water?
I am.
And you just dip it in water yourself.
Well, if you had as much citric acid in here, you'd be fine too.
Yeah. All right. So it goes in the pickle then for how long?
2 to 3 days.
And then what?
It gets fleshed one more time.
Okay.
Which means it goes over to this machine, and this is a big fleshing machine. This one here.
No kidding.
And then that peels it down more. Then it goes in a pickle for a day. Then it gets in the. This is a tanning device.
Man.
Gets rolled in a tanner, and then it comes out, and then it gets put on the forms.
All right, so we're looking at a beautiful Canadian buck here that Dave has been battling. I was gonna thank you for the choice of words.
Yes.
They are not allowed to bring the skull home, so you had to do some work. They just cut this thing all up.
Yeah, this is all. When they cut from the back of the eye, and they go like this. So they cut the back of the eye off.
Ugh.
And then they cut, and they go right up in the front. And then
So you had to do
this.
what?
I had to patch this all together.
You sewed and stitched?
I sewed and stitched and epoxied to make an eye.
And then do you have to create fur to put on here, or what do you do?
No, this actually gets wet sanded.
Okay.
And then that's how both eyes get fitted.
Okay.
So then it just kind of gets feathered in, and that's all you can do.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Yeah, it's a nice buck.
All right, so maybe you saw me panning around here today, and you caught a glimpse of this. Dave, what in the world is this?
This is a 10 pounds of whitetail antler. This is a game farm deer, and just harvested because of his age. And this was it, and he was done, and so they took him out of the herd, and there he is.
Are you doing a full shoulder mount?
I am. 10 pounds of antler.
Is this the heaviest antler?
That's the biggest one I've ever had, yeah.
How do you keep that on the head? That's a lot of glue, man.
That's a lot of bolts.
Bolts.
Lots of bolts.
Very cool. So the form from fitting, the sizing. You do keep a little bone in the middle there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought maybe you just stuck each little antler on there.
No, it gets mounted in there when it's all cut and fitted.
Okay.
And then that gets mounted into the form. This being the form that's made for the deer.
Sure.
Then your eyes and your nose work, and then after the leather is put on, which is this, and that's the result.
Oh man, what does it cost this year to bring a deer in Smiley Ridge Taxidermy get a full shoulder mount?
$495.
$495. And what's the number to call? Where are you located?
Located in Green Bay, area code 920-676-4001.
Or come and see him at our Deer Hunters Roundup shows. He will be with us. We usually let him take the first night at least off, sometimes two. You're pretty busy in the beginning of the season.
A couple of first days are pretty tough.
All right, but then he'll be with us the rest of the week. We look forward to having Dave Rady back from Smiley Ridge Taxidermy. I've got to ask what all this is before we go.
This is a paint booth. This is where I paint all the fish and all the deer. These are all my airbrushes.
Wow.
So once the compressors are running, they all get fitted with all my colors of paints that I want to either paint fish or deer. And that's where it all goes.
Smiley Ridge Taxidermy. Located, give me that address again.
1931 Lane Road in Green Bay, east side off Alloway Avenue.
All right, great stuff. Thanks for the tour.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here.
Inside the laboratory of the mad
laboratory.
scientist, Dave Rady. Smiley Ridge Taxidermy with the radio stations of DoorCountyDailyNews.com.